We will now be opening questions for the 2011 inaugural football season press conference. In our panel, we have Dr. James Coleman, the faculty spiritual advisor, and he's also the athletic committee chairman. We have Coach Hubert Bryant, assistant director to women's athletics, the head track and fields coach, and assistant football coach. We have sophomore free safety from Portsmouth, Virginia, a 2010 All-CIAA rookie team selection, Monte Robinson, and a senior outside linebacker from Norfolk, Virginia, a 2007 All-CIAA rookie team selection, and a 2008 All-CIAA first team selection, Mario Woods. Dr. Coleman, could you talk a little bit about President Rivas' vision for the athletic program to begin, and his vision as a whole, and how important it is for athletics to be established this year?
I would be glad to, and this is incredibly exciting. As a former student of Dr. Rivas, it is wonderful to be able to express that in 2000, the year 2000, Dr. Ralph Rivas came back to Lynchburg, a man with a vision, a man with a dream. And in that dream, it was all about him helping a historic institution founded in 1886 as Virginia Seminary by former slaves to come forward and embrace the notion of self-help and interdependence and developing great minds. In doing that, Dr. Rivas, quite aware of the fact that athletics is a vital part of helping a university to grow and a community to grow, has invested within himself all of the resources necessary to help young champions achieve their goals on and off the athletic fields.
Coach Bryant, could you talk a little bit about the culture of the Virginia University of Lynchburg coaching staff?
Our culture and philosophy fall under the leadership of one of the state's winningest coaches. He is the state's winningest coaches. One of the most historic football coaches in the CIAA history, and Hall of Famer, Coach Willard Bailey. And that philosophy has always been God first, family second, education third. We don't worry about victories because we get those other three things straight, victories just fall from heaven.
Coach Bryant, we've got a fantastic coaching staff with Coach Bailey being the winningest football coach in the state of Virginia. You are a former NFL player and coach. You played for Pittsburgh, for New England. You led the NFL in punt returns in your rookie year. Why choose VUL as a place for all of you to come together to mold this football team?
Well, Coach Bailey gave me my first coaching job over 20 years ago, and I followed him. I would follow that man to hell, but we've been on our last two schools. We started at Norfolk State, then we came back. He came back to Virginia Union, and then we came to St. Paul, who hadn't had football in 18 years. And upon his leaving St. Paul's, we both have the same kind of philosophy. We don't like golf. So athletics and football is our recreation, and the opportunity to help Dr. Rivas with his great vision just seemed so appealing that we couldn't pass it up. So that's why we're here.
This question is for Monte Robinson, free safety for Virginia University of Lynchburg. Could you explain why you came to Virginia University of Lynchburg?
Coming to Virginia University of Lynchburg was a better opportunity. I would like to thank the coaches. I would like to thank the coaches for the opportunity of playing here. I'm under a great coaching staff. Coaches that have played all levels. But really, it was just another opportunity, a great opportunity to better myself as an individual, and to better ourselves as a team, and to better ourselves in the classroom.
This question is for Coach Bryant. You all will be playing in the USCAA conference. What does it mean to be a part of that conference?
Well, United States Collegiate Athletic Association is a conference that it's only 10 years old, so it's a relatively new conference, and a lot of people don't know much about it. But they have over 80 schools. It was basically instituted for smaller colleges, but it also gives VUL in their first year back in existence in 60-something years. It gives us immediate legitimacy. We are not club sports. We are collegiate, college sports. We're in an association that is growing by leaps and bounds. I think they have maybe 20 people on the waiting list. So it is a great conference, and it also gives us 11 sports where we have an opportunity to play for a national championship. So anytime you can get into an association, whether it be the big boy that everybody knows, the NC2A or the NAIA, if you're in a group of schools that foster rules and regulations, education, and competition, that's what you strive for.
Mario Woods, one of our senior linebackers. I've noticed that we've got City Stadium here in Lynchburg on board for a lot of the home games. Subway on Campbell Avenue has now become a huge sponsor. And all in all, what I've heard between the players and the coaches is that you all are becoming Lynchburg's team. Explain a little bit of that to me.
Well, my thing they're saying we're becoming part of the Lynchburg team because it's a new program that haven't been since 1954. So we're coming in with a lot of ups and downs. It's a new program. So just with Lynchburg itself, with the sponsors from City Stadium, from that being our home stadium, and the sponsorship of Subway, just becoming the Lynchburg team is like a new university for the city.
Coach Bryant, could you explain some of the goals for the Virginia University of Lynchburg's football team?
Yeah, Mario touched on that. I mean, everybody wants to win games, and that's going to be on our plate. And we also want to make sure that these young men get an education. But we also want to embrace the communities in the city of Lynchburg. We want them to become our team. We want them to know that when we play on Saturdays, we're not only playing for ourselves and our university and our president, we're playing for each and every citizen of Lynchburg. So we're saying to Lynchburg, we need you. You're our 12th man. We want you out at that stadium.
Reverend Coleman, you were at the groundbreaking ceremony the other day at the Masters Inn down in Alta Vista, which is now becoming the South Campus for VUL. I know that Reverend Dr. A.B. James has been a huge weight equipment sponsor. Can you tell me a little bit about the facilities down there?
It's a wonderful facility at Masters Inn where we have about $85,000 worth of state-of-the-art equipment that Dr. James has provided. His lovely wife, Sue James, the facility will bear her name, tremendous Virginians, and we're just excited about persons of that caliber supporting Virginia University of Lynchburg.
Free safety, Monte Robinson. What is your vision for the upcoming season?
My vision for the upcoming season, we would like to have a great season this year. We would like to go undefeated. We would like to win a championship. But in order to do those things, we have to take it one day at a time, one practice at a time. We bring good chemistry to the team. We try to play as one and not as individuals. Excuse me. So.
Outside linebacker Mario Woods. What is it like playing under the leadership of Coach Willard Bailey and his staff?
It's an honor to play for Coach Bailey. He's one of the winningest coaches in Virginia with 230 wins. We also have 2 former NFL players on our coaching staff that have great connections to get you to the next level. And he also teaches us how to be great, man, starting with putting God first, family second, and then education.
Coach Bryant, if there was one thing that you would want the community of